This generation proudly presents a special re-airing of a Russian Mission episode, now including a video created by the students of Russian Mission telling the story of their recent trip to Japan.
Perched on the side of a hill overlooking the mighty Yukon River sits the village of Russian Mission, a mostly Yupik Eskimo village with a history that stems back centuries. The first Russian-American company fur trading post was established here in 1837. 20 years later, in 1857, the first Russian Orthodox mission in interior Alaska was established, and in 1900 the village name was changed from Ikoimut, meaning people of the point, to its current day name, Russian Mission.
Hi, I'm Martha Keegan, and welcome to an Island Suite.
Heartbeat Alaska wishes to thank Martha and the whole Keegan family.
We'd like you to make this your home away from home.
She made sure we were very comfortable during our stay on Kodiak.
I like meeting the people that come through, and I love showing people around.
With a full kitchen and laundry facilities in the room, staying in an Island Suite can save you time and money. And the complimentary coffee's not bad either. An Island Suite, your home away from home.
Hi, Kuyana for flying Bering Air. Bering Air flies throughout Northwest Alaska and has hubs in Nome and Kotzebue. Bering Air flies both helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft, such as our Cessna Caravans, Piper Navajos, Beach King Airs, and our large cargo aircraft, the Casa. Bering Air offers daily scheduled flights and charters throughout Alaska and the Soviet Far East. Bering Air also provides emergency medical flights for Northwest Alaska. For safe and reliable service, fly with Bering Air.
Chamai Asuktunka. I'm Teresa Capua, a realtor here in Alaska. I was born in Igigik, Alaska, beautiful fishing, commercial fishing village. I really love working with people, helping them meet their real estate needs. So when they find the place they want and we get a closed deal and seeing their joy, that really is a wonderful feeling. Danks to Kumpkin, Chali.
The village's location on the Yukon River allows for barge and small boat travel during the summer. During the winter, however, the river serves as a highway between villages and a great place for munaking, or ice fishing. In fact, munaking is a way of life out here. The people of Russian Mission rely upon the fish, moose, rabbit, and waterfowl as a source of food. So much so that the school makes it a part of their curriculum to practice the native traditions and subsistence activities that have kept this rural village alive for centuries. This group of teenagers is spending a little time on the river where many holes have been drilled in the ice, allowing them to drop their line and bait into the pike-inhabited waters on the Yukon River. As you can see, the mighty Yukon is home for some mighty large pike.
That's the kind they catch upriver, guys. At least they look like it.
But munaking is just one of the activities that these kids partake in. Inside the school, students are busy preparing beaver hides for the tanning process and eventually will be making hats out of these hides. Not only are these youth learning how to tan these hides, but they are the ones who trap the beavers.
Make sure you make the slide right here.
For these kindergarten students, learning how to make their very own dance fans is just the beginning of their education. An education that will eventually tie their two worlds together. Tying the different generations together is another story. Here in Russian Mission, the high school students are taking on that responsibility by teaching the elementary and kindergarten kids a little bit about the heritage through their song and dance. It's a unique form of education that has had outstanding results. At the opposite end of their spectrum, these youth are also learning a great deal about the outside world, the world of technology, computers, and other cultures. In fact, many of the youth of Russian Mission recently returned from a trip to Japan where they learned about the Asian culture and in turn shared their culture with a captivated audience of Japanese people.
This is Expo 2005 in Aichi, Japan. 15 million people will visit here between March and September. 125 nations and organizations are meeting to share ideas on building sustainable communities. The students from Russian Mission were asked to join the global village to present their way of life and their way of learning. But when we arrived, we first had to learn about the Japanese way of life. We stayed at a Japanese guest house and each morning began with a traditional Japanese breakfast. We learned to sit on the floor for our meals and we learned to use chopsticks. We soon found we liked the variety of foods our host served. Like most Japanese living in the cities, we walked more than a mile each morning to the train station. And every morning we climbed what seemed like 1,000 stairs. Before the expo opened, the trains were not crowded. Later, we would hardly ever find a seat. At first, there were just a few invited guests with us at the expo. But after the official opening, there were more than 60,000 people each day. We presented our dances on an outdoor stage twice a day in the middle of the global village. After the first few dances, the staff from the nearby exhibits and pavilions would leave their areas and gather for our dances. At the end of the day, it was back up those 1,000 stairs and onto the trains.
Good. Keep going.
Trains. We quickly adapted and soon learned to move at the pace of the Japanese. Back at the guest house, it was time for a bath, snack, and to bed, all Japanese style. Opening day was filled with special events and special people. A dragon was led into the village. He was gradually tamed by the children. This made the village safe for a special visitor.
Great.
I'm Sandra Penzovic of the Eskimo Russian on the Yukon River, it's Alaskan village. We still live traditionally. And Wangari Maathai, the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, came to the global village and was greeted by Cassandra Kazevnikov.
Thank you very much. It's great to see you, and it's great to know that even though you live in the coldest part of the world, you keep your traditions and the wisdom you have gained from nature. Yes, it's wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful. I want to congratulate you. Lovely to be and the way you have tried to translate the wisdom is wonderful. And as I said, the people who are still holding on to the traditions, such as the people in Alaska and such, still, the world has a lot to learn from you. Yes, the world has a lot to learn because the developing world has tended to lose maybe not so much in Japan, but we have a lot to learn. We have all a lot to learn. So thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I'm glad to have met you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all.
Later that evening, the Ainu, the native people of Japan, performed a welcoming ceremony to celebrate the opening of the global village and the Expo. We also presented our dances at this opening, and then several Japanese entertainers and musicians performed. Then there were the taiko drummers. one of the most exciting presentations at the Expo. Tradition demands them to dress this way for ceremony. It had snowed that day and the temperature that night was below freezing level. Even the Eskimos were impressed. Other Japanese performers followed. The cold winter drove away many of the visitors, and those who remained started dancing just to keep warm. When the band tried to stop, the audience started to shouting "Bamyo" and would not let them leave. They played on, and the taiko drummers joined in. We moved onto the stage and just kept dancing. The next day we traded gusbox for jackets and we played taiko drums while the drummers learned Yupik dances. Our presentations became more popular and the boys had an easy time finding people to come up and dance with us. Reporters came to interview us and take our pictures. At first it felt strange, but we got used to the attention. All of Japan saw us on their national news program, and we appeared in local and national newspapers. The people around the expo would tell us they saw us on TV. When we were not on stage, we met visitors at our pavilion and shared programs we had made about our way of life in Russian Mission.
So now we have 3 participant groups in World School Network from Alaska, Singapore, and Japan. 今、アラスカの踊りをご覧いただいて、
We also met with student groups and learned about their environmental project. We shared what life is like in Russian Mission and we told people about the subsistence activities we do during the year. People were amazed at how we live in Alaska. The students from Japan were especially impressed with the kinds of things we do as part of our school program. One student from Kyoto, seeing pictures of a moose hunt, asked Jimmy how he felt when he killed an animal. Jimmy responded, "I feel proud when I take food home to my family." The girls from Singapore said, "We think it is cool that you live so close to nature. For many people in the world, that would be unimaginable." When we were presenting or discussing, we learned of differences. But when we were on our own, meeting people, even if we did not share the same language, we found enough in common to enjoy being together. We shared our dances with people from all over the world, and we learned that this built a community in a short time, and it was very hard to say goodbye. What we learned about our own culture is that hardly anyone lives the way we do. They have no open land or animals like we do here in Alaska. Those of us who went to Japan this year now feel we have to respect our land more because most of the world doesn't have trees and wildlife like we have here. A lady from Africa reminded us that it is nature's wisdom that is contained in our traditions, and since many developing countries have lost both their traditions and their natural environment, we must show the world how to live in harmony with the natural community. And so although there were many who were eager to learn from us in Japan, in the end, I think we were the ones who learned more about what it means to be Yupik.
Heartbeat wishes to thank Hagelin Aviation Services Incorporated for making our stories possible. We travel on Hagelin Aviation and we thank you for choosing them too. Hagelin Aviation has been serving Alaskans in the bush for over 20 years.
We fly Hagelins all the time.
Operating with 29 aircraft at 8 stations across Alaska and servicing over 100 destinations daily. Hagelin Aviation, your ticket to ride in rural Alaska.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.
Be sure to catch Heartbeat Alaska right here on ARCS.
Now's your chance to get that home improvement project you've been wanting to start finished. Because at Northern Interiors, we're having a store-wide sale. Choose from our beautiful selection of kitchen cabinetry and countertops from 10 to 50% off and get professional installation completely free of charge. Durable laminate flooring is on sale now for only $1.79 per square foot. Let us install your favorite brand name carpeting and get top quality 8-pound padding for free. Northern Interiors, kitchens, floors, and a whole lot more.
Thank you so much for joining us for This Generation. I'm Jeannie Green. Look for us next week, won't you? Right here. God bless you. We'll see you then.